Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is Amanda Despacito, CEO of My Mountain Mover. And on today's episode, we have Erin Stel with us of the Stellar Group in Southern California. So welcome, Erin. How are you?
I'm good, Amanda. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we're so excited. We're just going to dive right in, get to know a little bit about you, what made you start your own real estate team. We'll dive into the importance of follow up and then kind of end with why you kind of took that next step for a VA. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Good. Okay, well, let's jump off with a couple of statistics on their team, guys. This is an impressive team right here. Erin Stell works incredibly hard. Year to date, they've closed 102 transactions. Their projected closings this year is 140 with 73 million in volume. They have 6 agents on their team, 2 staff members plus a VA, and their database contacts are around 13,000, which we'll kind of dive into a little bit in the future. But so tell me a little bit about yourself, Erin. What made you start Stellar Group and kind of where you guys heading for this year?
Sure. Well, again, my name's Aaron Stel. I'm based in Rancho Cucamonga, California, which is in the Inland Empire, about an hour east of LA and also Orange County. I started my team just 2 years ago. Previously, I was, part of another brokerage and had a small partnership, but I saw a better way of doing things, and I wanted to leverage my time. And also, for me, leadership is a big, important component to, my daily life. So I love offering career opportunities for other people. I feel that with what we're doing, it's all about culture. So everyone on the team is fun. A lot of them are personal friends and past clients, which I'm super excited.
Wow, that's
So it's
awesome.
yeah, so it's not just a big team with, tons of people. We're actually a pretty small team. So we're just under 10 people total, including all of our staff and agents and everything. Um, and we're growing. And I think that one of the important things about, my team is that we're very customer focused and we're diligent on our follow-up, which I know is something that we wanted to talk about today, which ties into everything that we do with regards to our CRM, as well as how our virtual assistant has helped us to kind of leverage some of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. 2 years ago, I didn't realize that you guys had just started 2 years ago. That's incredible results just in the past 2 years, and the way that you guys are heading is phenomenal. I'm huge on culture too. MMM, with all of these virtual assistants working from home, we don't have that kind of team office vibe going on. So it's hard, especially working virtual, to kind of feel like you're a part of a culture or a team. So that's awesome. I can relate to you there. So when you started Stellar Group, what was that process kind of like? And what made you just say, you know what, I'm diving in, I'm gonna do this?
I feel like I already had a lot of the system and processes in place for the volume that I was doing and for with my assistant. So
Mhm.
really it was just leveraging some of that and helping to plug in other agents who were coachable, motivated, and
Mm,
determined into our systems.
yeah.
I mean, I could be running a team right now of 25 to 50 agents, no problem. Obviously with the support of more staff and some of those things, but it's really just making sure that our system is dialed in, which it is. And for me, again, I wanted to surround myself with people that I enjoyed seeing every day. It
Mm,
motivated me to want to come into the office. I'm not the type that wants to work from home. I never have been. I'm disciplined enough to be able to do that,
mhm.
but the kind of the culture that I've created here is having my team really treat this like a full-time job,
Mm,
even though they're independent contractors. They don't have to show up to work every day, but they
yeah.
do. They all come in. We have a great office culture. Everybody vibes well together. They're all friends and they push each other to do well. And we celebrate successes, which for me makes my job easier.
Yeah. And that was going to be kind of my next question to you is what do you think sets your team apart? And it sounds like you're right. You could easily be managing more agents, but at what cost? There's at some point there's a cost benefit that outweighs itself, because you kind of lose that team culture, or you have more tension on the team, or there's fights over who gets the lead or whatever, So I love that. So would you say that that has been a big part of your success? And then what kind of are the others? You talked about systems. What are kind of the other things that lend themselves for your guys's continuous growth?
So for the success on the team, I think that you have to one fit in. So I get a lot of people that inquire that are interested in potentially joining the team, people that are really good salespeople or come from a different career that I think could be good salespeople. But number one, again, is the culture. I see how are they going to fit in with the team? Are they going to be a contributor or just a taker, right? And I feel like everyone on the team is a contributor, whether they're more experienced or they're not. They're moving up through the different ranks. And I've got people that started off with me a year and a half ago with no experience. And they're now one of the more experienced agents that are helping to onboard and coach some of the newer agents. So that I think has been a model of success. And it's not anything special that I have to ask them to do. They want to help because it's just part of who they are, I think, and the mold of or the avatar of the type of agent that I've recruited. Now, with regards to the systems, I like to say that anyone who joins my team, as long as they follow some of the direction and the systems that we offer, their time is going to be best spent doing income producing activities, right? So the systems that we have in place really make it so that the agents, all they have to do is follow up with the leads that they have and they're given, work their sphere in their database, and show homes. After that, the team really takes care of everything else with regards to the contracts, the home inspections, the paperwork. I think paperwork is one of the things that bogs down most agents. And they don't realize that, some of those things really just are not income producing activities. They can hire a TC, they can hire a VA, whatever it may be, to help leverage their time. But a lot of new agents or control freak agents don't know that. And half the time they're spent just doing paperwork. That's why the roller coaster of real estate is like this. Whereas on my team, I'm really trying to create something where they continue to go up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's so true. I love that you said that because that is exactly why so many people miss out on the opportunity of having a virtual assistant. It's because if the you're it's so true. If you're not focusing in on those dollar earning initiatives, then you're losing so much potential business, right? Like why would you spend 4 hours working on paperwork, right, when you can outsource that to a virtual assistant versus 4 hours like cold calling or pursuing a lead or following up with a client or potential client, or showing open houses. There's so many other areas that you could focus on that will draw income to you versus those admin tasks that suck up so much time. So that is our key number one goal of My Mountain Mover, is that the virtual assistants can bring so much added value, even more than you even realize, because if your time even split 80% on those dollar earning initiatives, will dramatically transform your business. So I love that you talked about that. So in terms of follow up, we have these systems in place. Your team culture's there. Why do you think your follow up kind of sets you apart from other teams?
I don't know that it really sets me apart from other teams because all I can really measure is my own success, right? But I know that I'm very task driven and visual. So when people call me and they're interested in selling their home and they say, "Hey, can you come over on Tuesday at 3 o'clock?" Before I say yes, I always have to look at my calendar. Like my calendar kind of runs my life, right? And I feel like follow up should be the same way. So through our CRM, we use a system called FollowUp Boss. It's a real estate CRM, which I've tried a few others, and I think this one has the overall best capability. And the way that I coach my agents to follow up with their clients is to continuously stay in touch with them, whether that be a phone call, a text message, property drip, so they're getting daily listings. We use a lot of other, I would say, artificial intelligence technology to stay in touch with our clients too. So that certain triggers will send them automated messages, right? They'll get messages asking if they want to see a property. Hey, I saw that this home that I sent you might have caught your interest. Are you interested in scheduling a showing, right? That prompts a follow-up task. And I think it's manageable for agents to be able to be successful if they literally follow their daily tasks that they need to complete each day. And if they do that, their time will be maximized. The goal isn't to spend, if let's say they have 15 or 20 tasks to complete, and those tasks could be follow-up, could be setting up showings, whatever it may be, they're going to spend all 8 hours of their day trying to get those 20 tasks done.
Yeah.
Where what I try and initiate with them is time blocking. So spend 2 hours and you'll get all these tasks done. And then the rest of your day is free for showings, for your family, for home inspections, whatever it is that you need to do, instead of just trying to tick off that list or getting behind on that list. Because when you get behind on that list, then you're not putting in the concentrated effort to actually make those conversations and that follow-up meaningful.
Yeah. That is so true. I just read an article the other day saying that multitasking is actually so detrimental to employees because your brain is hardwired to focus just on one thing, and you're supposed to do that one thing as well as you can, right? But if you're multitasking, you're bouncing 5 minutes here, 10 minutes reading an email, your brain is losing that concentration that was meant for that only one task. So I totally believe in time blocking as well. You would be amazed at what you could complete in 1 hour of single focus versus, like you said, 8 hours of 20 tasks and trying to complete all of those. So how did that come into play, this importance of follow-up during COVID?
During COVID, I think was really a time for us to be able to capture the attention of people who were just at home. So many people, well, pretty much everybody was working from home. So instead of, being fearful of reaching out to people, this is a great time to get in touch with people that maybe we had lost communication with, that were, in the past too busy, putting us off, oh, I'm not ready yet, etc. So since we weren't able to do a lot of the traditional methods of open houses, door knocking, even limited showings, we really had to go virtual. So from my agents being able to work from home, use their database and touch base with people, we really incorporated a lot of video and personal video. So instead of just, a normal text message, hey, I'm just checking in. Are you, interested in seeing properties, or how's everyone doing? I encourage my team to send personal, like record a video message and send that as a text message instead of just the standard text. And you'd be surprised at how many people actually were appreciative of it.
Yeah.
We got video messages back from them. So it wasn't even just a, hey, thanks, that was really nice. It was a video response. And,
wow.
and the message was, reaching out about, hey, I know it's trying times and it's been a while. I just want to see how you and your family are holding up. If there's anything that we can do to help you, be a resource, even outside of real estate. I think that was really well received.
Yeah, just that human connection of it. Like, I'm thinking about you, even if it's something regarding, real estate business, that personal touch. That's amazing that you guys incorporated something like that, because it's true. You never know the extent of someone reaching out and caring. It goes such a long way. That's awesome that you guys were able to incorporate that. So talk to me about your VA. What made you want to bring on a VA into your team, and how has she kind of transformed or helped you in your follow-up?
Truth is, I've always been a little bit skeptical of having a VA because not knowing enough about it and being kind of a control freak.
Yeah.
So I figured there's going to be a ton of extensive training, that my VA is going to replace, my assistant that I have here that's in person. And after having the initial conversations with you and your team and actually interviewing a few VAs through your platform, I felt a lot more comfortable. And I think that I assumed that just because these VAs are overseas, that there might be a huge language barrier, or that they just weren't going to be as quick to catch on as what I wanted. And that was actually really wrong, because the VA that I ended up hiring had real estate experience here in the US, had worked in a team type environment. So she was able to really jump in pretty quick, and getting her onboarded to the CRM and with a phone number and all that stuff was really easy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then some statistics that you gave me before we started is that your virtual assistant has re-engaged over 8,000 leads for you guys. So expand on that for me. How did that happen? What is she doing for you guys? What does her day-to-day look like?
So I think one of the biggest challenges that I've had over the past couple of years with my database, my database is about 13,000 people, and that spans my real estate career from over 5 years, right? So there's been a ton of leads that we haven't been in touch with forever. Dead leads, old leads, great leads, everything. And having Jane, my VA, actually go through and really reconnect with them, not on a personal level, but on a just re-engagement campaign, really helped me. We got a lot of responses back from people that said, hey, I already purchased, I'm not interested. That's perfect, because we were able to clean those people out of our database. But surprisingly, what it really did is it allowed us to get back in front of people, people that maybe we hadn't sent an email to in 2 years. They're now back on an active property search that Jane, my VA, was able to set up. And they're looking at properties daily or weekly. And through our CRM and the technology, it's allowing us to re-engage with them and actually follow up. So my team's been really excited, because instead of sitting there waiting around for the next hot Zillow lead or something to come in, my database is actively handing off leads to them for people that are already in there, that know us. They've seen emails from us. It's not a cold call, and we're re-engaging with them to say, hey, we sent you this home. Want to make sure your search is correct. Are you interested in taking a look at any of these homes, or do you need me to make some adjustments? So it's been like a warm reintroduction to this huge database.
Yeah, on a massive scale too, that she's been able to do on the back end. Talk about focusing on dollar earning initiatives for your agents. That is huge. The fact that she can take those 8,000 leads, re-engage them, get them plugged into a new campaign, and then your agents get to reap the benefits from that. They're like, okay, so these are active buyers. These are people who are actively searching for something. It just gives them a huge opportunity for those hot, warm leads. So that is amazing. I'm so glad that she's joined your team, and I know she loves it. I've personally talked to her. She loves your guys' team so much. That's another benefit too, is that they do become like family, even though they are in the Philippines, which is crazy. So that's awesome. And then final question, Erin, where do you see your business going with closing out 2020 and all the craziness? What are your kind of goals for the next year?
So it's funny, because 2020 was supposed to be a huge growth year for me. And during COVID, we lost 3 of our top agents that were on the team. And we've cleaned up a lot of our systems and our database. We were able to really kind of hone our skill level, I think, and our follow-up to be much better. And we actually are closing this year stronger than we closed last year, surprisingly. Not by much, but we're slightly ahead of where we closed out last year. And I think that 2021 is going to be a phenomenal year for us. For me personally, I think that one of the biggest things that has really helped is having the VA really clean up our database, because it's allowed us to see where we had inefficiencies before. It's allowed us to add new touch points. For example, we had Jane, our VA, go through all of our past clients, Sphere, everything like that, and um, get in touch with them, asking them for their birth dates and their spouse's birth dates, reconfirming their current mailing address, all those things that she was able to do via text message, email, directly through our CRM has made it so that we now have more reasons to reach out to people, more touch points in the future, more referrals we can gain. So
Mm,
I'm really excited for where next year is going to be. And I think that next year will be probably close to 200 units or more. And the team's growing. So again, we're always hiring, but we're always looking for the right culture fit. So
yeah.
next year, I think we'll probably be closer to a team of 10 agents and maybe 2 VAs.
Yeah, yeah, I love to hear that. That's awesome. Well, Erin, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and for you being on the podcast. And for anyone listening, thank you so much for joining us. And please let us know if you need help with any admin or marketing or transaction coordination. We'd love to help you out. So let us know if you need any assistance.
Thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate you having me on.
Thanks, Erin.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.